It's Chad Smith here for JTSstrength.com with one of our newest training log team members, Brett Cooper. Brett, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Brett, just giving people a little background on you. How old are you? What weight class you fight in, record, all that stuff.
I'm 25 years old. My name is Brett Cooper. I train at Rain Training Center and Juggernaut Training Systems. Fight for Bellator Fighting Championships at 185 pounds. And yeah.
What's your record?
17-7.
17-7.
Yeah.
So tell us about your athletic background. What sports you played growing up in high school, whatever.
Growing up, I played the normal sports: soccer, baseball, and hockey. Those are the main three. And the hockey was the one I kind of continued on playing until 17 years old, and then I went on to MMA. When I got my license, I got my first car. That's when I started training.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And you grew up in Long Beach,
Yeah,
California.
Long Beach, California.
So started training and fighting when you were 17.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you had some fighting background from hockey, but
Well, yeah, I mean, just it's more of just a mindset, you know. Like people ask me, well, did hockey help you in fighting? And I mean, directly, not really. I think it's more just the mindset of the person. If they really want to do it, you know, then they can go in and do it. But hockey doesn't really have that much of a correlation to fighting. But
is there
just
even
general athletics kind of helps.
is there even much fighting in like youth hockey?
There is, but you get kicked out
Uh,
in pro hockey or juniors, which is like college level hockey. You fight, but you get like a 5-minute penalty.
mm.
But where I was at when I stopped playing, it was a game.
Did you ever see any gnarly hockey parent fights in the stands?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm
see
sure.
those on
Oh yeah,
YouTube?
I'm sure. More of it's bickering. More of it's bickering.
Yeah.
You know, they're not really going to do anything. They're just yelling at each other. But yeah, I've seen some scuffles, and you know, I got in a few fights myself in hockey. You know, but overall, yeah, it's not that much of a correlation.
All right, kind of just describe your fighting style. Are you a wrestler? Are you submissions?
When people ask me about my fighting style, it's kind of a difficult question. I would consider myself be able to adapt to whatever I need to do, but I mean, I go for the knockout. So on the feet, I'm trying to knock you out. You know, if I can take you down, I try to wear everybody out. So I try to use my conditioning as a strength. You know, for my advantage of keep pushing the pace, and break the guy down, and you know, knock him out, submit him, or just finish the fight.
And so Rain MMA, based here in Lake Forest, about a mile away from Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
It's run by Mark Munoz, who's top guy in the UFC,
Contender, yeah, middleweight contender.
and Rain's got to be one of the best, if not the best, MMA gyms around
in Southern California.
And just kind of tell us about the atmosphere of training there. And
It's a great gym, man. I've been at a few gyms here in Southern California, and that gym was one that really caught me. And the leaders there, like Mark, and you know a few of the other guys, it's a really great place to train. Productive energy. Everybody comes there. They're there to work. They're not there to BS and you know just hang out and make friends. We're not there to make friends. We're there to compete and be professional athletes and make money. And you know, and that's what they're doing at the gym. So I felt like this is where I need to be.
what do you feel your greatest assets are as a fighter, whether that's a technical skill, physical skill, psychological?
My greatest asset would be my will to never give up. As cliche as it sounds. Yeah, that and yeah, I would say that.
A wise man once told me that your willpower is the strength of your soul, and if you don't have any, then you're a bitch.
you like that?
Would you, Brett Cooper, agree with that statement?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of people making excuses. There's no, oh, you know, I'm not this, I'm not that. It pretty much willpower to me is a decision. Either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. And like if it's a decision, then you know, then it's your fault. There's no excuses for it. Either you don't want to do it or you do it. It's that simple.
What do you feel is your greatest weakness, or a weakness you're trying to improve on as a fighter right now?
I would say my flexibility in my body, and I mean, yeah, that would. I mean, I'm always trying to improve everything. Kind of think of everything as a weakness, and but yeah, overall, I think I need to. And I just came over, or just got surgery about 4 months ago on my knee. not a major surgery, but partial meniscectomy, just removed part of the cartilage in the knee, so nothing too major. But I would say my flexibility, because lack of flexibility leads to injuries, which is something that affected me. It was my fault. So.
Now, MMA is one of the hardest sports to train for, just because there's so many different aspects they need to work on. So,
yeah,
can you give us an overview of a regular training week for you and how you fit in all the different things you need to do?
Normal training, the schedule we have at the gym now. One day will be grappling, like either upper body wrestling or freestyle wrestling. The next day will be MMA sparring, which includes all of the arts together: striking, submissions, wrestling. The next day will be either be like a drilling day, like bad situations. So you start mounted, or you start the guy on your back choking you, and then you say go, and then you go from there. Usually, I'll lift about. I like to lift. A lot of guys don't like to lift in MMA. They're like, "Well, I don't like to lift. It makes me tired." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine, But the way I look at it, it's not about weights. It's about increasing what you already have. So I'm trying to be as strong as I can, as fast as I can, as powerful as I can. So I feel as though weights is really important. And so I'll lift probably about 2 to 3 times a week. If I have a really hard week, probably only twice a week. But if I have a kind of easy week in practice, I'll lift like 3 times a week. So usually, it's real. I have kind of like a real flexible schedule when it comes to that. I train in the morning about 10 to 12. We'll do practice. If practice isn't too hard, I'll come to Juggernaut about 3:30, 4. Just get a little rest in between, some good food, and then yeah, after that, go home, rest, and then on to the next day of training. But yeah, it's usually about 2 to 3 hard workouts a week here at this gym, and about 5 at Rain.
Are you doing any running or anything outside of that?
Yeah. Running too. I'll run. Sometimes I'll run after I work out here, or I'll just run. It'll be the only thing I do after practice at Rain. Sometimes I'll run before practice at Rain. I try to run like at least once a week, because a lot of the training we do is cardio based anyways. So that keeps my general shape up, by training. But I think keeping my weight down is also a thing you have to worry about in MMA. So running is one of the best things you can do to, burn calories and lose weight.
And speaking about keeping your weight down, you fight at 185s, but you walk around pretty much at 185 as well, correct?
No. I walk around at about 210.
Oh,
yeah.
I just thought you didn't cut that much.
About 205. Yeah. Well, when I at about 22, so about 3 years ago, I was fighting at 170, and then I was growing, and I had people telling me, "Oh, just stay at this weight, don't go higher," and I like to enjoy my life. I don't like to be, just Skeletor and, getting thrown around by all these guys and then telling me, "Oh, it's the biggest you're ever going to be." I was like, I don't think so, man. So I started, taking it upon myself to start lifting. Started lifting a lot. Started really, studying everything I could, watching videos.
Yeah, I have to comment there that Brett is an incredibly avid fan of the strength sports in general. Stuff very far outside of MMA. I think he even watches like more YouTube videos than I do when it comes to powerlifting, Olympic lifting, strongman, like seeing it all. And people, there's a lot of dumbasses making stupid comments on YouTube videos, but it is a great resource to see, the training that some of the top people in the world are doing. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always want to. Yeah, exactly. You always want to watch the top athlete because it's funny though. Sometimes you want to watch top athletes. I see guys that are top gold medalists in the world. I'm like, okay, what is this guy doing? And some people are just so damn talented they can do the dumbest training programs and still be the top athlete in the world. But a lot of people aren't gifted like that. But I think it's with hard work and dedication and being smart, it's really really a big part of it, and you can accomplish your goals for sure.
Being able to look at what maybe the best Olympic lifter in the world does, the best powerlifter, best strongman, or whatever it is, and take something.
Take a piece from everybody.
Yeah, because
exactly.
obviously you don't compete in those sports. You're not going to do the exact same thing, but
Yeah.
take a part from it. It's definitely
for sure. I think
important thing.
Yeah.
What are some mistakes you see being made now, either by other professional MMA competitors in their training or younger guys trying to come up and become pros?
I think one big thing is a lot of guys overtrain. They, in a sense that they don't work out efficiently. Not in the sense that they're training too much, but in something that it's like I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups. It's like 1,000 push-ups is like, that's great, you can do 1,000 push-ups, but it's not really, you're not really doing anything for yourself, after a certain amount of time. It's better to be efficient with your training. So if I'm trying to get stronger, if I'm trying to get faster, I want to be as efficient as possible. So it's better to do something like, power cleans or some kind of full body lift than do 1,000,000 push-ups and, expect some kind of crazy results. Another one is cutting weight. A lot of guys that are coming up, everybody's they're dropping weight classes. I used to be 200 pounds, now I'm fighting at 135. I think that's stupid. I think you're kind of just running from the truth. And, I think in some situations it can benefit people, but a lot of the times people are just doing it because it seems like the thing to do. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, I mean, there's weight classes in MMA. I think there needs to be weight classes because, people are becoming more skilled every way, but in the end of the day, it's a fight, and if somebody comes up and, steals your wallet or, says something about your mom, you're going to fight them. It doesn't matter what size they are. But yeah, man, I would say, overtraining, it's more about quality than quantity. It's better to put in 20 minutes of really good, efficient work than put 2 hours of just burning yourself out and you're just wearing out your body. You need to really understand your body. If you don't understand your body, then you're just doing stuff that other people are telling you to do. A lot of times that's not good. So you need to really understand your body, study yourself, study what other people are doing, and I think that's the best way to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that comment about being efficient in your training is definitely true. Especially when you have as many things to balance as Brett and other pro MMA fighters do, or your football, basketball, whatever kind of athlete, that you need to do the least amount possible to get the desired result.
Exactly.
Because I think especially when guys are good lifters like you are, and but they play football or do MMA or whatever it is, they get caught up in like, well, I'm gonna take my deadlift up to 600 pounds, and that's gonna make me a better fighter than a 550 pound
really,
deadlift.
Not really. Yeah.
But
exactly.
Speaking of that, I saw Brett 2-3 days ago deadlift 480 for 2. What are your PRs in the weight room?
Well, the most I've ever deadlifted, it wasn't like official weights or nothing. It was just like a bunch of weights I had at my house, and it was, if you counted all the numbers on the plates in the bar, it was 530. But I don't know if that was exactly correct because I felt like a few of the plates weren't exactly what the number said on them.
Yeah.
But in here, I've done 40 for 2. That's the most I've done in here. And I'm looking to do 500 next week. So we'll just go off the weights here. So we'll say, hopefully 500 next week.
Well, bench and squat.
Bench, I'm not a big bencher. I could probably do like 240. I did 235 here. But yeah, 235 and then
sweet loop.
Squat, yeah, sweet. And then squat, I think I did, the most I ever did before I hurt my knee was like 375 for 3. So I don't really know the max, but something around 400 probably.
Yeah. What's the next fight you got coming up?
Fighting October 26th.
October 26th.
I know what event it is. I'm signed with Bellator Fighting Championship, so it's going to be for them. I don't know where, I don't know who, but they told me I'm fighting then, so I'm getting ready.
And for people watching this who maybe are not familiar with Bellator, kind of describe because it's a totally different setup than the UFC.
Yeah.
So just describe that tournament style to them.
Yeah, the way Bellator is set up is they have like a champion, and the way you become champion is you have to win a tournament, which is an accumulation of 3 fights in pretty much 3 months. And once you win those 3 fights, you win the tournament, you become the tournament champion, then you get a title shot at the champion. And so it's kind of like, at first I didn't like the tournament style because, a lot of things can happen, but I think it's kind of a good idea because you really earn your spot. You know,
no politics.
yeah, there's no
to that.
politics. There's no guy who comes and fights one time, and then he always gets a title shot because he's real marketable, like Brock Lesnar or something like that. You got to, bust your balls. You got to fight 3 times in 3 months. It's not easy. That's, it's a real good experience. I had that experience last year, not in the tournament, but like in the same kind of fashion. And then you get a title shot, and then, if you don't get the title, then you got to do it down the tournament and earn yourself back in there. So it's good.
Where can people watch Bellator?
It's going to be on Epix TV, I think it's called. It's either on Epix or it's on Spike.com. Next year, 2013, it's going to be on Spike TV. So
that'll be
that'll be pretty huge, and that'll be a lot easier for people to watch. I think Epix is not on a lot of cables. It's not DirecTV.
Is it on MTV2 as well?
It's on MTV2. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's on MTV2, and MTV2, Epix, or Spike.com.
All right. And what are your goals for these next couple months? Maybe the rest of 2012.
Rest of 2012, win this next fight coming up. I got a daughter coming next month, September 11th. It's going to be a big challenge, of course. I'm very happy and a little scared. Just win my fight. Always increase my performance, get stronger, get smarter, get faster, more flexible, of course, and just increase my overall skills, and then hopefully, the tournament, if I win this fight, I get to do the tournament in the beginning of next year and win that tournament and get that title.
And be on Spike and be famous.
Yeah, to be on Spike, yeah. I'm not so much worried about the fame, but, if it happens, it happens.
You're going to have the awesome beard grown out by then?
I may have a little beard, yeah.
Full hobo status?
I don't know about full hobo status, but, enough to get the point across.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brett, for joining us. You guys can check out Brett's training log at jtsstrength.com. I think that's going to be a very rare look, into the daily training, whether it's, at Rain, sparring, wrestling, all that stuff. In here, lifting, nowhere else that you can really see a fighter of Brett's caliber, logging that stuff on a daily basis. So, if you're a fighter yourself or just into that, check it out, and it's going to be really good. Brett's going to do a good job with it. So, thanks a lot, Brett. And jtsstrength.com, Brett Cooper, Bellator Fighting Championships. All right, thank you.